BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Find the ultimate sports bar experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill. Big definitely describes the Big Ten House Nachos, topped with pulled pork, barbecue sauce, and much more. Enjoy char-buffed chicken wings, coated in flavorful sauce, delicious pizza, and half-pound burgers made to cure your cravings. The bar features 16 different taps, including local Nebraska brews. There's a good wine selection, and the signature Big Ten teenie served with champagne. Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill. Visit big10lnk.com.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
What do Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods, and LeBron James have in common? They're all among the best athletes in their sports of all time. And they all do Pilates. Yep, Pilates is not just for women. It helps everyone to bring the muscles of the body into balance and help the mobility and strength in spine and joints. Pilates can help your golf game and anything else you do for fun. Do Pilates, do life. Check out Club Pilates in Lincoln today at 84th and Holdridge. Online at clubpilates.com/Lincoln or at 531-500-1456.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
It's time for the Jay Foreman Postgame Show.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
A look to the left, and he kind of telegraphed it all the way. When the ball was tipped, Foreman's in the right spot.
Sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical.
Here's Fuente dropping back, fires a pass, and it's intercepted by the Huskers at the 25, Jay Foreman. And Foreman takes it down to the 19-yard line of Oklahoma. Another big play by the Black Shirts.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are here, Jay Foreman Postgame Show. Unfortunately, 3 weeks in a row. I felt like if we changed locations,
I know
we had it right in our grasp, man. It's Nebraska falls 24-17 to Wisconsin on the road. Great start, sputtered, all the way to the last drive, and then wasn't able to get, match Wisconsin's touchdown-wise in overtime. It's one of those games. There's a lot of positives. I mean, you think about your thoughts or whatever, evaluation of Chuba Purdy, you should be definitely in the positive. At times you ran it conventionally really good. Special teams and defense probably didn't play up to their standard, and that's probably the difference in the game. There wasn't a ton of turnovers. The tackling, and then obviously the defensive tackling or special teams tackling as well. And it's not just the physical tackling. It's the pursuit angles. Setting the edge even out of the cornerback, allowing them to get the edge. There's a lot of things that go into it when you think of, what went wrong or where they didn't play up to their expectations. And if you let a team like Wisconsin hang around, they're good. They're good enough to capitalize on your mistakes, and that's really what happened.
Yeah, it was frustrating because, this is once again the third week in a row, I guess, because you want to kind of take it after the bye week, like that Nebraska has now. It's not simply just the end of game not being able to make something happen. Like, this is a 4-quarter complete game. Nebraska has yet, frankly, all season, or at least since conference play began, to really put together a complete game of football, both offensively and defensively. Now, fortunately enough for the Huskers, we still sit here and they're one game below 500 at 5-6 with still an opportunity. Like, the opportunity is still ahead.
But this is the last opportunity.
But at one time when it was as large as, frankly, I think anybody thought was possible after the way Nebraska started this season at 0-2.
Yeah.
You had you looked ahead and you said Nebraska has 4 opportunities to get 1 win. You need 1 out of the 4th. And now some things that you did in the first game of that 4-game set carried over to the second game, and then it carried over into the third game.
Yeah.
And before you blink and before you can realize it, you have 1 game left. You have 4 quarters to make it happen.
On a short week.
Yep.
And you're late traveling back, whereas Iowa, they played at home, I think. So, it's definitely not ideal. The whole plan was to handle your business tonight and then you'd be good, and it didn't happen. And so,
frankly, Jay, you could talk about it though, like, you handle your business against Michigan State.
You're playing with house money.
Hey, and then it's, you don't know what a Nebraska football team since 2016 looks like with 6+ wins.
Yeah,
you don't know
you're
what
close.
that confidence does for you.
You're awful close, but yet so far.
Yeah,
and it's just a frustrating thing. Probably a lot of anger, anxiety as you go home, but really, to be honest with the game on Black Friday and with Thanksgiving on Thursday, you gotta wash this thing real quick, man. I think this loss right here is you lost the momentum and lost your way. You know what I mean? Whereas I felt like Michigan State and Maryland, you just kind of just gave the game away. Mm-hmm. And and there's 2 different. They're kind of the same thing, but when you have 5 and 4 turnovers in back-to-back games, or 4 and 5 turnovers back-to-back games, that's just asking to lose. Whereas here, you just got beat by, I think, an inferior team, and you just didn't play well when you need to. You weren't able to answer the call. You weren't able to answer a scoring drive by Wisconsin with a drive of your own. And so when you keep doing that, you're able to get into overtime, and then you don't get off the field on a crucial 3rd down in overtime, and they end up scoring. The quarterback run game with Tanner Mordecai won the game. Yeah. In overtime. We have a guy in the hole, we miss him. And we blitz and get too much on the edge. We don't so situational football, but then also knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it definitely came back to bite us.
We're going to pause. We're going to get to callers here in a second because the phone lines are full. So we're going to get to callers despite being on location, because we definitely want to hear from you guys. 402-464-5685. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln
Firth's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, let's get to phone calls on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. We have John on the line. John, appreciate you calling and being patient. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, so much, guys.
John, are you there?
The one positive is I think we found a quarterback.
All right, sounds like John might not be there, so we'll work on that. John, I know Danico also hung up, so if you guys are there, we can definitely make that happen here in the next. But I mean, Jay, okay, so we look at this, right? Nebraska, 1 game away. Like, what is the 24-hour rule? Does it apply in this situation, or is it even like on the plane? It's got to be
after
Iowa.
When you touch down. When you touch down in Lincoln, it's got to be over. It's got to be over, because if you're not, you don't have the time to waste. It's already Sunday. The game's on Friday, and you're going to get a day off, and so you're going to be in game mode, preparation mode, and all that other stuff in very quickly.
Yeah,
and it's got to be 100% focused on Iowa.
Yeah, Nebraska, unfortunately, once again, falls 24-17 to Wisconsin on the road in Camp Randall. You look at this, Nebraska from a discipline point of view, right? Over the last 2 games, Nebraska had just 1 penalty, and it came in a crucial situation against Maryland on a pass interference call on Tommy Hill. But then you also look tonight, 7 penalties, 54 penalty yards for the Huskers. This was something that, once again, it was like, I don't want to call it uncharacteristic, but in an area that we thought Nebraska was making improvements in, here they kind of go back to their old ways of false starts in crucial situations, holding calls. They had a pass interference play as well. So it's kind of just a disappointing situation to when you look at this one and say, where were some yards given up on missed tackles, on penalties? They forced Nebraska's offense to kind of go behind schedule when you have the holding penalties, when you have a legal man downfield or ineligible man downfield. Just kind of a lot of yards that were just kind of given up on Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that, it just was not a normal game. And it's just, I don't know what to say is when you have a team that, you're close, but yet so far. And the one thing that you felt like you could count on, tackling and defense, just wasn't there tonight. And it just wasn't. And there were huge situational ones, right? Where it's the quarter is mainly one against Mordecai. I mean, he had a field day of making everybody miss, and it was just not a good performance by the defensive tackling in the open field.
Yeah, once again, 402-464-5685. Unfortunately, we're having some issues with callers, so we're going to just go ahead and read every text that comes in, as long as it's appropriate, Jay. I mean, that way we can let the people be heard. Because
my man Brad,
yeah,
Wisconsin covered. He won $100. Congratulations, Brad. Thank you for telling us. Joseph, what were we even doing the last minute of the fourth quarter with timeouts? To quote Herman Edwards, you played to win the game.
Yeah.
What are we doing right there? I mean, it's the same thing. We were being aggressive last week. We lost, and so I think that had to go into. Bo Lever says, just repeating what we heard here. Shut up while Jay's working. Wisconsin handed us that game, and both the coaches at the end of the game with some of the worst clock management ever seen, combined with a guy on the punt block team who apparently on the field to go for a jog while pretending to be there to block a punt led to not a culture of going after the win, but trying not to lose. Totally alarming.
I mean, let's talk about that, Jay, because we kind of discussed that off the air. That was a situation to where it looked like if the guy on the punt block extends his arms, he has an opportunity to get a hand on the ball or at least affect the punt, right? And so instead, we saw it to where he kind of kept his arms reserved at a point when he was running past the punter. And I don't know if I would say it's alarming or contributes to the culture that we should be concerned about what Nebraska is going to look like in the future. Like, I don't know if that one play will dictate everything in the future.
No, but those are plays that, I mean.
Those are ones that in a 17-14 game, it matters.
Yeah,
those matter.
And the effort was.
Not good enough?
I mean, to be.
I meant across the board. I didn't mean just that play.
Yeah, I mean, just. The special teams and defense have been pretty consistent. They just weren't tonight.
Yeah, and we saw it tonight. The margin for error, unfortunately, just not quite there for Nebraska football. It's just so slim. Let's go ahead and let's take a break. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll keep sending your text, 402-464-5685. We're going to be here until
hey, man. Hey, unknown texter, 531-6859. You off the chain.
You just tell them the whole entire number?
No, I didn't say the middle number.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah, there it is. But so I mean, here we go. Let's go ahead and head to break. We're going to hear from Matt Rule in the next couple of minutes. Obviously, quotes will come out of his post-game press conference. The Jay Foreman Postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, State Farm, Vinnie Creekac, Elway Power Sports, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical.
Hurry up.
Nebraska loses 24-17. We'll be right back on The Ticket.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln will have you scoring big on savings with up to $3,000 off CF Moto side-by-sides and ATVs. Whether you're looking for a work-tough U-Force or a performance-ready Z-Force, CF Moto has a machine made for you all under one roof at our new 27th and I-80 location. And don't miss our Black Saturday sales event on November 25th with doorbusters and specials throughout the store. Visit our website, elwaypslincoln.com for more details.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5888 8800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What do Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods, and LeBron James have in common? They're all among the best athletes in their sports of all time. And they all do Pilates. Yep, Pilates is not just for women. It helps everyone to bring the muscles of the body into balance and help the mobility and strength in spine and joints. Pilates can help your golf game and anything else you do for fun. Do Pilates, do life. Check out Club Pilates in Lincoln today at 84th and Holdridge. Online at clubpilates.com/Lincoln or at 531-500-1456.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Jay Foreman Postgame Show. Sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical.
There it is.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, Jay Foreman Postgame Show. Jay Foreman, my main man Nick. We're in the garage, still in effect.
Hey, we gotta thank all the people as well.
All right, well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We're gonna
Jay.
thank Bart Peters with Security First, Jamie Peters at Health Home Consultants, Macaroni Tony, head of private banking at UBT, Jeff Barclay and Scott Ritter of Pillar Restaurant Group, Nate Green of Cancer Partners of Nebraska, Kevin Meyer of Meyer Cork and Bottle,
and then obviously Tim Vogt of Trucking.
Vogt Trucking. And, appreciate the support that allowed us to put on about 8 hours of live radio. Nick is right here on fumes.
No,
Nick,
I'm not.
See, Nick doesn't understand. Here, folks. We get stronger as the night goes on. You get weaker. But now that could be what Wisconsin said to Nebraska. I think the biggest thing coming out of this game, you get 14-point lead.
Yeah.
I'm cool if you go for it. Wisconsin's on scholarship. They blew up the front of the line. We got to answer the call defense. Okay, we give up 7. We give up 3. We go in the halftime 14-10. We still ain't got stuck. We had a 5-gear shift. We still stuck in neutral. We got to get out of neutral.
That was what was frustrating. I mean, Nebraska goes up 14-0, and one of the first plays from scrimmage was a trick play attempt, right?
Oh yeah.
And you hadn't seen that. Nebraska didn't need a trick play to score the first 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Nebraska probably didn't need a trick play to go up an imaginary 21-0 or even 17-0 or get down inside to have an opportunity to score. And also, I mean, Jay, we talked about it. At that moment, Wisconsin wasn't going to bite on anything like that. They weren't panicking like a well-coached football team would do. They're not going to panic when it's in the first quarter. And so it just felt like an unnecessary situation. But also, I mean, to your point, you would have liked to see them continue to just kind of step on the throat, have the foot on the pedal, and not that they kind of let up. They just chose to go with some things or try some things that were high risk, high reward rather than low risk, staying not conservative, but on schedule.
If the play works, it's great. If it doesn't, then it's something that we talk about. They kind of ran almost a reverse again a couple of series later. It didn't really work. I think Teddy Prohaska had trouble with their end and just shooting in there. And so I think really what it comes down to, we got turned over on downs. Okay, they did it. Then we missed a field goal at halftime. Every point for this team, like we talked about during the game, is crucial. And so we got to be able to make those field goals that are, 45 and under, and we didn't. And so then we had to go into overtime. Luckily, making a field goal, and then we didn't defend well. We missed a huge tackle on third down on a quarterback that actually he's been killing us all game, but you need to get the quarterback down. And then, got behind the chains in overtime, and then it just didn't work out. I think the biggest thing Nebraska needs to do is make sure that we do all the things we can do fundamentally to tackle well and be in better position to get the sacks, because I think we schemed up well. When you have 3 missed sacks opportunity, right, on a quarterback, dead to rights, numerous missed tackles, this is not about a scheme. We got to do the things that we're coached up and schemed to do better. That's fundamentals, tackling, pretty much it comes down to. And then offensively, I just felt like we never got back into rhythm. We never got back on pace. And we've seen it, and you see this sometimes in high school games, right? Yeah. Whereas, you come out, and you're on rhythm, whether it's a delay at halftime or delay in the game, somebody gets hurt, you get off rhythm, and you just never kind of get back going. And if your running game, which is we started to run a horizontal a little bit more with the option and all that stuff, we never got anything going straight ahead.
Which felt really weird because you hadn't run the option consistently. You hadn't gone to it. I had even tried it, throughout the entire course of the game. And then to kind of turn to it on the first play of overtime when you're only guaranteed 4 plays if you don't turn it over, was just a real interesting situation where it's not like, I'm not trying to sit here and say that it was all on play calling and that it was all, but it was certainly a head scratcher when you talk about situational decisions from both players and coaching staff at times.
Yeah, I just think we're not crisp enough on the offense. On the option game to kind of lean on it. It's great when it works. It's not great. It's kind of a waste of play when it doesn't. But, ultimately, I would have liked to seen the players play with a little bit more fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's move some guys off the ball. I would have liked to seen a little bit more oomph.
Echo of the whistle.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I think as Wisconsin kind of raised their game up, I want to raise ours up a little bit higher.
I find myself, and maybe you're in a different boat or same boat, whatever the case may be, Jay. Like I find myself at the end of this game going, all right, that game doesn't get to overtime, number one, if you're able to connect on a 42-yard field goal. That game doesn't get to overtime if in the start of the second quarter you're able to get 1 first down or you're able to make 1 more play.
Yeah.
Like here we are sitting here after, and we've been able to say that after almost every single loss. You've been able to say it after the Minnesota loss, the Michigan State loss, the Maryland loss, and now the Wisconsin loss. This is now 4 times to where you've lost a 1-possession game saying this wasn't won or lost from whether it's the opponent winning or you losing on the last possession of the game. This is a situation of
They're cranking the music.
Yeah, I know.
You know what
this
is?
What is it? I can't
hear
it.
It's Bob Seger.
No, there you go. But I'm saying
more to stays the same.
This is the situation though of like this. You lost this game over a culmination and a combination of decisions that what happened in the second quarter and in the third quarter and early in the fourth quarter, not just in the final stages of overtime.
It's the cause and effect, man. Handle your business early in the game. It pays dividends later. And the more you let a team like Wisconsin hang around that has some culture issues in the locker room.
Yeah, a lot of soul searching was going on within Wisconsin this week.
Wohler, their senior captain or junior captain, was out.
Best player on defense was out for the second half.
Yeah, out for the second half. So it's it's another missed opportunity. And when you think about Nebraska, you can say, okay, we got next week. Well, you only got 1 more week. And it's against Iowa. You hate Iowa. Iowa's going to Iowa you, so the game is going to be 12-9, 12-6. So you got to find a way to be, more consistent and more explosive. And you can do it. They've shown they can do it. Now you got to do it more consistently, and you also got to be able, when Iowa's humming on defense, that you have got to be able to take advantage of what they give you. You have got to come with your mindset and your pad level and your effort every single game, and that's where they need to really focus in. I mean, it's more mental than physical right now. Everybody's banged up and physical. You only can wear pads for, I'm assuming, for so much. Now it comes down to mentally being engaged and then also being able to practice effectively even when we don't have pads on, that we can work on our tackling techniques and our blocking techniques.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a positive out of this game, it's Nebraska didn't fumble the football. Nebraska didn't throw an interception until the last play when it was kind of just chuck it up and hope it lands, right? I mean, so if you want to take try to look at this with a glass somewhat half full, Chubba Purdy did his job for the most part of holding on to the football. Just needed one more big play out of him, one more play out of a wide receiver to step up, one more big run out of a running back to kind of step up. It just feels like, once again, Nebraska's still searching for that guy on offense to say, I'm going to step up when the entire team needs me to go make a play. It feels like Nebraska's still searching for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, those are hard to get, though. I mean, but you also want to have a little bit more consistent play. And sometimes the offensive line with our offensive line can maybe get out of rhythm. So we got to be able to get back in rhythm. I mean, finish. It doesn't really have to be pretty.
Yeah.
You have got to learn how to win games ugly. And that means going that one step forward. That means when I need the timely tackle, I've got to make it. This is a got-to-have-it game, and we didn't get it. Next week is a must-have.
I think it's time to go in-depth on the defense. We got to go in-depth on the defense because it might have not been up to the defense's standard tonight.
Right, yeah.
So let's go in-depth on the defense when we come back. You're listening to the Jay Foreman Postgame Show. We're out here at Jay's Garage. We'll be here until 11 before we hand it back into the studio to Bach, Austin,
late
Harrison.
night, man. Late
11.
night.
We've been going since
Late
4
night.
p.m.
We've been
on the
going
ticket.
since 4 p.m., baby. We're rocking all night long.
So let's go ahead and take a break. We'll continue the Jay Foreman Postgame Show when we come back.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln will have you scoring big on savings with up to $3,000 off CF Moto side-by-sides and ATVs. Whether you're looking for a work-tough U-Force or a performance-ready Z-Force, CF Moto has a machine made for you all under one roof at our new 27th and I-80 location. And don't miss our Black Saturday sales event on November 25th with doorbusters and specials throughout the store. Visit our website, elwaypslincoln.com for more details.
Winter is fast approaching. Have you winterized your sprinklers yet? If not, get it scheduled as soon as possible with Penner Sprinkler and Lawn before damage occurs that could turn an unfortunate winter into a rough spring ahead for your system. Plus, they are already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215. That's 402-413-1215. Penner Sprinkler and Lawn.
What do Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods, and LeBron James have in common? They're all among the best athletes in their sports of all time. And they all do Pilates. Yep, Pilates is not just for women. It helps everyone to bring the muscles of the body into balance and help the mobility and strength in spine and joints. Pilates can help your golf game and anything else you do for fun. Do Pilates, do life. Check out Club Pilates in Lincoln today at 84th and Holdridge. Online at clubpilates.com/Lincoln or at 531-500-1456.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Home. It's more than a place, it's a feeling. This is Eric Bertrand with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. If you're looking for a place to call home, call me. Let's review your financing options and get you into the home of your dreams. Proudly serving Husker fans.
Personal banking like you remember.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Jay Foreman Postgame Show. Sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Krekak, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, good for him. We're back. Jay Foreman Post-Game Show. Trying to put a bow on this long, successful day here in the garage. Sending the brother off right. X, Y, and Z. The friends and family and sponsors been on and popping.
Somebody just came in and said they're still live.
Yeah,
we're still going.
Still live in effect. We got 30 minutes.
Yep. Okay, Jay. So Nebraska. I mean, let's talk about this here. Braylon Allen comes in to the game questionable. Nebraska allows 22 carries and 62 yards to Wisconsin starting running back, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Braylon Allen. Obviously, we talked about the quarterback run game for Wisconsin was pretty effective tonight as well. Tanner Mordecai, 18 of 28 through the air, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. As much as we talked about it from Nebraska's offensive perspective, not turning over the ball, you would have liked to be able to get a turnover today. You would have been like,
it was controlled passing game based off of their run game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a bunch of big runs. Obviously, Braylon Allen averaged 3 yards a carry. It was kind of like bleed you, right? Get you a 6-yard carry, get you a 2-yard carry. Then when he got inside the end zone, he was able to punch it through. And then off of that was kind of a drop back play action, and there was too much separation. So that's how they were able to be efficient on third down. And it was able to kind of just, not be in position to where you would cause a turnover. And I think they caught Nebraska in some defenses. I think every time they ran kind of that fire zone, what I call a fire zone, when you're dropping a defensive tackle, Wisconsin ate that thing up. So that's something that they were ready for. And they out-executed us, and they scored a touchdown off of it and got 2 big first downs.
Yeah, there looked to, at times to be some indecisiveness on defense, whether it was trying to make a tackle. We saw it on that touchdown on the wheel route to I believe it was Jackson Acker who scored the receiving touchdown on a little bit of a halfback wheel route up the sideline. It looked like indecisiveness. Not sure if you want to fully commit to trying to go for an interception. If you kind of caught that you were just and overran maybe the angle, whatever the case may be, whether it was tackling as well. It looked like there was some indecisiveness from the defense, which we haven't necessarily seen a whole lot of that this year.
Yeah, it was just one of those games where the defense wasn't Trump tight. Offense was kind of sputtering after the first 2 series. Wisconsin got on a roll there, which you're always afraid of when you're playing on the road. And Nebraska was able to withstand to get into overtime. But then, obviously, I think that huge third down on Tanner Mordecai, you got to make a play in the more open field. You got to get him down on the ground, able to make not only the first down but get close to the end zone. Braylon Allen punches in. I think a play or two later, now you're reeling, and it's the cause and effect. The cause is not leveraging the ball. Number one, not making the tackle, giving up an explosive run. Now you're down by 7. The effect is you're down by 7. Now we're playing tight, and we're not really essentially a drop back throwing team. And so that's where we ran into big trouble in the overtime.
Let's get to some of your guys' texts. 402-464-5685. Once again, Bach and Austin and Harrison will take over for Jay and I at the top of the hour. So we got about 25 minutes left or so. And at 11 o'clock, you'll be able to call in. So, unfortunately, we just had some technical issues where while on location in the garage, we cannot have phone calls. Let's just read some of these texts from the start of the show. How about this one? Nebraska football is dead. No bowl game again this year. Oh, well. Finding a way to lose. Another 1-score loss feels a little different, but the result was the same. Jay, here's a question for you. Do we get away from the run game too quickly?
Oh, I mean, I think a little bit of that's dictated based on, like, personnel and flow of the game and where you're at. Maybe so. I felt like both of them came out the box hitting.
Yeah.
I like the regular kind of conventional run game. The sideline horizontal didn't do so well. But, I just think we just didn't execute. I don't think we created enough separation on offense, and I felt like we didn't block as well as we had been after those first 3 or 4 drives.
Here we go. Let's dive into this part. The clock management at the end of the fourth quarter. Your thought of it felt like using timeouts in a certain situation were kind of, once again, just a head scratcher. You chose to run it with a quarterback on third down. Like, I understand you want to get the first down. You didn't necessarily have a go-to play in your back pocket right away. It just looked a little choppy, but ultimately you got points out of it, but you just didn't really have an answer or plan on overtime.
True. I think the complaints from last week, which are whether you want to believe they're legit or not, here you are playing conservative this week for the 3, and people are upset. So essentially, as a coach, you're never going to appease anybody. And so, I just think, in overtime, it's hard. And when you don't have a true number 1, you just got a bunch of guys. And so nobody's really, nobody had a game where you're like, yeah, he's on today.
Yeah.
So that's hard. You generally what happens is when you get into overtime, you get into pressure situation, you think players, right, versus plays.
Yeah.
Well, you can have all the plays you want if you need a little bit more established players, and they're gonna be established here in like a year or two. But right now, they're still, pretty much high school pups. And so you got to kind of have the growing pains.
Yeah, I mean, one bright spot, I guess, and I guess not necessarily after the first two possessions, we didn't see him a whole lot. Jalen Lloyd, right? It was good to see Jalen Lloyd get his second career touchdown today in the first quarter. It was a nice ball by Chubba Purdy as well. Let's talk quarterback here because Nebraska, nonetheless, Heinrich Harburg, we know the record that they've had with Heinrich Harburg. Won games. They've also lost games. They've had turnover issues still. And in all honesty, there is a path to say Heinrich Harburg somewhat regressed over his time as a starting quarterback. Now you have Chubba Purdy, where it gives you maybe more of a reliable throwing option. Chubba Purdy does. We saw where he was able to cock his head back like you like, Jay, and run it towards the end zone on the 55-yard touchdown run. Is there any way that Chubba Purdy's not your guy on Friday?
Oh. No.
That's right. Okay, I just wanted to
No.
make it. I wanted to make it out there and public that there's no way that this staff can send anybody but Chubba Purdy out there on Friday.
I felt like he played decent enough to keep his job. And short week.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's fascinating because you just think about the quarterback room over the course of this season, right? And it was Jeff Sims coming in, and we knew the stats and the statistics and everything that happened at the start of the season with Jeff Sims. He gets banged up against Colorado. Then Heinrich Harburg comes in. He throws that late touchdown pass to Thomas Fidone in garbage time. But then he comes out, and frankly, Heinrich Harburg ran the offense somewhat. It felt similar to where Chubba Purdy was today, right? If we remember – We get it clouded with the games against Purdue and Michigan State and Northwestern, or I should say Maryland.
Right.
But we got to remember the way Heinrich Harburg kind of operated this offense back against Northern Illinois, right? And Louisiana Tech. It felt a lot like today where, Heinrich Harburg can throw the ball a little bit. He can run. He's an option on the with his legs or his arm.
Right.
But then it just kind of went away from that. And so Nebraska now, it's fascinating because we heard a couple months ago that if Chubba was fully healthy back against Colorado, they might have thrown him in. Well, now what, right? So now the situation is – that looks good. Now the situation is this has been in your Chubba's kind of been in your back pocket, and you wonder about evaluation and decision-making on who to play and who to send out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chubba's been hurt, so it's hard to put him out there, when he's hurt. So I think the biggest thing is just kind of move forward. And you got to bring, if he has a solid performance next week, you got to maybe more, be more considerate on what he might be looking to do in the future, because if he has, the quarterback room or his play wasn't the reason why they lost tonight.
Yeah, once again, Nebraska falls 24-17 in overtime. It's been a really good afternoon and evening here in Jay's Garage. Want to thank one more time before our final segment. Want to thank Jamie Peters of Health at Home Consultants, Bart Peters with Security First Bank, Tony Miller of the head of private banking at Union Bank and Trust, Jeff Barclay, and Scott Ritter of the Pillar Restaurant Group. There he is. That's him. How about that? Jeff's still going late into the night despite the Huskers' loss. Nate Green of Cancer Partners of Nebraska, Kevin Meyer of Meyer Cork and Bottle, and then obviously Tim Vogt of Vogt Trucking as well. It's been an exceptional afternoon and evening. Jay, let's go ahead and take our final timeout before we hand it back off to Austin and Bach. Huge thanks to Austin and Bach for hanging out in the studio this entire afternoon and evening, as well as they've been pushing the buttons. We've sent it back to the studio a couple of times just to kind of give Jay and myself a break. So we appreciate Austin and Bach and young Ben especially for running the board and pushing all the buttons back at our 93.7 The Ticket studio. Let's take our final timeout here on the Jay Foreman Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
This is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. With over 20 years in the industry, I have found it's extremely gratifying to solve my customers' home financing needs and then show them the options and strategies available for them to fulfill their goals. But my biggest reward comes when I watch my valued customers experience the American dream of home ownership and move into their new home. Talk with me about your home loan at Lincoln Federal and Go Big Red. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Personal banking like you remember.
So I just got the State Farm personal price plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Winter is fast approaching. Have you winterized your sprinklers yet? If not, get it scheduled as soon as possible with Penner Sprinkler and Lawn before damage occurs that could turn an unfortunate winter into a rough spring ahead for your system. Plus, they are already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215. That's 402-413-1215. Penner Sprinkler and Lawn.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln will have you scoring big on savings with up to $3,000 off CF Moto side-by-sides and ATVs. Whether you're looking for a work-tough U-Force or a performance-ready Z-Force, CF Moto has a machine made for you all under one roof at our new 27th and I-80 location. And don't miss our Black Saturday sales event on November 25th with doorbusters and specials throughout the store. Visit our website, elwaypslincoln.com for more details.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Jay Foreman Postgame Show. Sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical.
Don't listen to that, Daisy.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look at Daisy. Daisy don't like that. We are back. Jay Foreman Postgame Show. 24-17. Those dang Badgers, man. I'm telling you. The Badgers are like a bad case of hemorrhoids, boy. I tell you.
Hey, I wish it could be fixed with a simple cream.
Yeah, it's not, man. I think it's like the Badgers, you gotta make some lifestyle changes or something, man. They just found a way to kind of eke it out. Nebraska didn't help themselves. And look, man, it's one of those things that it just seems like yesterday we were like heading to the Big Ten Media Days, 100 and some days before the season started. That's why football is so hard. You got to be superiorly focused all year long to play 12 games, and you got to bring it. And now you're here with your backs against the wall, Iowa thinking that they wanted some revenge, and you coming in and you got to beat them in order to become bowl eligible.
How about this? We haven't talked special teams today yet. We can briefly discuss this because we got a text from an unnamed texter that says, I'm not even listening.
Damn.
But hopefully you have discussed how bad Buschini has been. We talk about competition at quarterback. Can nobody else punt? That's what's funny is maybe they are listening and they're just saying they're not listening. But I also imagine somebody just texting ferociously and furiously on their couch without any sound around them. Just, gosh, I hope you're talking about Buschini. Let's talk about Brian Buschini. Let's talk about Brian Buschini because special teams just as a whole. This isn't just on the punt. Special teams as a whole was disappointing.
I mean, it's in some ways it's better. It's kind of just every other game, and you expect Brian Buschini to, be more consistent, just kind of hit one off the hosel.
Yeah.
And then it was just at the inopportune time. It's okay if you hit one off the hosel and you're punting from the 50 or 40 into the end zone.
Yeah.
When you're trying to come out of the reverse area, you need to really get some, good foot on there, man. So it's tough sledding right now. But you got to bear down. You got one game left. So you got to finish this season off right.
We got about 5 minutes left in our program for this evening and tonight. It's nighttime now, Jay.
Yeah, baby, it's nighttime.
It's nighttime.
We're just turning up right now.
Is that so?
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, we're not. We're about to crank this up to the 15th power.
We'll find out. It's been an awesome night. Let's just kind of put a bow on this thing. Nebraska, they'll face Iowa next Saturday, 11 a.m. Bad as it was tonight, I find myself saying the same thing I said after Michigan State.
It's an opportunity. How many more?
How many more do you want?
This is it. But it's not about that. You can't really categorize this as bad. 5 turnovers is bad. I think you just didn't embrace the moment and taking care of the opportunity. This is a learning year for this team, man. I'm telling you, Matt Rule has came in and has tried to teach these guys how to win. And you wish they could take what you say and then apply it right to the field.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're finding out the hard way. 14-0. We got to get some movement on the line and not get blown back. And we need that first time. We have got to have it.
Yeah. And that has to fall on the players at some point, right, Jay?
Right. We got to have it, dog. We got to understand. I gotta look. we got to do what we need to do. And then it just wasn't that. It just seemed like after that, man, it just became, 3 and out, 2 and out. Just was not a very good, multitude of series. When you think after that first quarterback, or interception that, some of the people have. It's just one of those things that, if I had to, summarize this game, we didn't finish. We didn't finish them off. We didn't finish the first half. We didn't finish the game right way.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right. When you look at now, obviously this can change, but next Friday forecast, very different than what it's been the last couple of weeks.
What is it?
High of 36.
Next Friday?
Next Friday, high of 30.
That's the high.
High of 36.
So that means at 11 o'clock it's going to be like 24
It's not going to be 36. There's also a 50% chance of snow with a 15-mile-per-hour wind. So it is
Hold
going.
on, we're going to get snow?
We have snow next Friday night. There you go. So, I mean, on Friday night, snow showers in Lincoln against the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, you got a winter. You got your clothes. You got a little
we're going to be hanging out at the station.
You got little mittens on?
We're going to be hanging out at the station.
You got your earmuffs ready?
I do not. Do you?
No. And brother don't like the cold, man.
There you go. Hey, okay, let's just wrap this up here. Yeah. Nebraska falls 24-17. We cannot thank you guys enough for hanging out with us throughout all these hours.
Tons of listeners, watchers.
Yeah. Tons of comments.
Sarda Heyman, A1 pregame show, Elway Power Sports, Action, Vinny Kreekak, Tanners, Security First, UBT with Tony Miller, Home Consultants led by Jamie Peters, Jeff Barclay, Scott Ritter, Pillar Restaurant Group, Nate Green of Cancer Partners of Nebraska, Kevin Meyer Cork and Bottle, Tim Vogt Trucking, and Excavating. I mean, listen, man, this is something that we've been working on that I've been kind of having an idea to do. We're going to take it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And keep going with it, and we appreciate the support there. Appreciate the 93.7 The Ticket to kind of supporting us doing it. And you know what, Nick? When we woke up this morning, we kind of nervous, decided, kind of to see whether it was going to be a success. And we knocked the dang thing out the park.
Here we go, my man. I mean, here's the thing. Wish you would have ended in a different result, right? We would love to be talking about a bowl game tonight.
It would have been a good luck charm.
Yep, there you go. But once again, thanks to everybody that made this possible. Appreciate everybody in the garage right now. Appreciate all the listeners. Next week, also, when you talk about Iowa, I have a feeling there's going to be something shindig at the station. So make sure you're kind of on the lookout. Look out for that.
For the Iowa game?
It's a great place to watch a game, guys.
Come on down there. We serve alcohol.
There
and
you
we're going to bring some Busch Light down there. We're going to crack something open.
We'll find out. Nebraska loses. They fall to 5-6 on the year.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here since 5:30 and hanging out with the ticket since 4 p.m. But we're not going anywhere.
Good night.
Austin,
God bless.
Austin and Bach take it over after this.
Austin 316.
There it is.
Jake the Snake Bakovic.
See you guys later.
We are out of here.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. Personal banking like you remember.
Home. It's more than a place. It's a feeling. This is Eric Bertrand with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. If you're looking for a place to call